ever wondered how a few blips on a screen became the epic gaming worlds we can't put down today? Picture this, it's 1958, and a clunky tennis game called Pong is blowing minds. Fast forward, and we're slaying dragons in VR like it's just another Tuesday. Hey there, I'm Sarah, and in this 20-minute ride, we're blasting through the wild history of video games from pixelated pioneers to the tech that's basically wizardry. As someone who's died 1,000 deaths in Mario, I'm pumped to share this with you. So, grab your controller or your phone, no shame, and let's jump in. Spoiler, the next level's gonna blow your mind. 1. The hidden toll of night shift. Nursing loneliness, exhaustion, and escapism. Picture this, it's 3 a.m. and the world is asleep except for you. You're standing in a dimly lit hospital corridor. The only sounds are the faint beeps of heart monitors and the occasional rustle of a patient turning in bed. Your eyes are heavy, your feet ache, but you push through because, well, someone has to. This is the life of a night shift nurse, a world most of us never see, but one that's quietly keeping our healthcare system afloat. Hey there, I'm Your Name, and today we're pulling back the curtain on the hidden toll of night shift nursing. Spoiler, it's not just about late-night coffee runs. Stick around, because what you're about to learn might just change how you see those bleary-eyed heroes in scrubs. Let's kick things off with loneliness. Ever tried texting your best friend at 2 a.m? Yeah, they're probably not answering. Now imagine that's your life every single night. Night shift nurses live in a different time zone from the rest of us. While their friends are out for dinner or binge-watching the latest Netflix hit, they're just clocking in. It's like being a ghost at the party, always missing the action. And sure, they've got coworkers, but let's be real, there's only so much small talk you can make over lukewarm cafeteria food at 4 a.m. This constant disconnect. It's a recipe for feeling isolated, even in a bustling hospital. But loneliness is just the tip of the iceberg. Let's talk exhaustion, because working the night shift isn't just tiring. It's a full-on assault on your body's natural rhythm. You know that feeling when you pull an all-nighter and your brain feels like mush. Multiply that by 100. Night shift nurses are basically swimming upstream against their own biology. Our bodies are wired to sleep when it's dark, but for them, that's prime time. It's no wonder they're more likely to battle sleep disorders, depression, and even heart disease. Fun fact, did you know night shift workers are 40% more likely to suffer from depression than their daytime counterparts? Yeah, it's not just about feeling sleepy, it's a whole health crisis wrapped in scrubs. So, how do they cope? Enter escapism, stage left. For our protagonist, it's bowling. Yes, bowling. Picture her at the alley, the satisfying crash of pins drowning out the chaos of her night shifts. It's her slice of normalcy, a chance to feel like herself again, not just a cog in the healthcare machine. And she's not alone. Whether it's painting, binge-watching true crime, or even just daydreaming about a beach vacation, night shift nurses cling to these escapes like lifelines. It's their way of saying, hey, I'm still here, even if the world forgets me at 3 a.m. But here's the kicker. These escapes, they're band-aids, not cures. The loneliness, the exhaustion. It doesn't just vanish with a strike at the bowling alley. It lingers, creeping into their lives in ways most of us can't imagine. So, next time you see a nurse pulling a night shift, don't just assume they're night owls who love the quiet. They might be battling more than you know: loneliness, exhaustion, and the desperate need for a break. And honestly, they deserve a standing ovation, not just a cup of stale coffee. Stay tuned, because up next, We're diving into the strained bond between our night shift hero and her rebellious teen son. Trust me, it's a roller coaster you won't want to miss. 2. The strained bond navigating single parenthood with a rebellious teen. Ever feel like you're starring in a reality show called Surviving Teen Chaos? You know, the one where you're the only adult, and the scriptwriters are on strike. That's single parenthood with a rebellious teen. It's like trying to herd cats while balancing on a unicycle. You're doing it all work, bills, and parenting without a safety net. And just when you think you've got it figured out, your teen decides to test the limits. Again. Take Sarah, for example. She's a single mom of 2, working 2 jobs to keep the lights on. Her oldest, Jake, has started skipping school, and she's at her wit's end. Sound familiar? You're not alone in this circus. In fact, single-parent households are on the rise, with over 10 million in the U.S. alone. It's a tough gig, but there are ways to make it work. One key to surviving this phase is communication. But let's be honest, talking to a teen can feel like decoding hieroglyphics. We'll share some strategies to bridge that gap and actually get through to your teen. Another crucial aspect is setting boundaries. It's easier said than done when you're outnumbered, but we'll discuss how to establish rules that stick without turning your home into a battleground. In this section, we'll explore the emotional roller coaster of single parenting, the practical hurdles you face every day, and yes, even the rebellious teen who's pushing all your buttons. But don't worry, we've got some tips and tricks to help you navigate these choppy waters. So, grab a cup of coffee or something stronger and let's dive in. Trust me, by the end, you might even find a way to tame the teenage beast. 3. Bowling as an escape. The highs, lows, and search for identity. Ever felt like life is just one big gutter ball? You're not alone. For some, bowling isn't just a game, it's a full-on escape hatch from reality. Picture this, it's Friday night. The alley's alive, the sharp crack of pins, the hum of chatter, the faint whiff of nachos and cheap beer. For a few hours, the chaos of life bills, breakups. That inbox you've been dodging gets swapped for a 15-pound ball and a clear mission knock 'em down. Sound tempting yet? Here's the magic of bowling, it's a paradox. You're alone with your thoughts, perfecting that swing, but you're also surrounded by high fives and heckling. It's your bubble and your tribe, all at once. Ever met Spare Shot Sam or Pin Princess Paula? Yeah, the alley's got its own cast of characters. And for a night, you're one of them. It's not just a game, it's a chance to be whoever you want, free from the 9-to-5 script. But let's not kid ourselves, there's a flip side. Bowling can hit your wallet harder than a strike hits the pins. Lane fees, those funky shoes, maybe a burger to keep the vibes going, it adds up. And the lows. Oh, they're real. Chase that perfect 300 and you might find yourself hooked, overanalyzing every roll like it's a therapy session. Plus, not every night's a winner. Some end with more gutter balls than glory. So why keep lacing up? It's deeper than the score. Bowling's a mirror, a place to figure out who you are. Are you the rookie still wobbling toward the lane, or the vet schooling everyone with a 200 average? Doesn't matter. The alley doesn't judge. It's where you find your people, your rhythm, your you, one frame at a time. Next time life's throwing spares, skip the stress, grab a ball. You might just roll your way to something real. 4. The forbidden encounter, guilt, desire, and the complexity of human emotion. Ever caught yourself wanting something you know you shouldn't? Maybe it's that extra slice of cake, or maybe it's something a little spicier. Did you know that 70% of people admit to having a forbidden desire at some point in their lives? Yeah, you're not alone. Welcome to the wild world of human emotions, where guilt and desire play a game of tug-of-war. And sometimes, the line between right and wrong gets blurry. Hey, I'm your name. And today, we're diving into the messy, thrilling, and oh-so-complicated realm of forbidden encounters. Buckle up, this one's a roller coaster. So, what exactly is a forbidden encounter? It could be anything from a secret romance to a taboo decision that makes your heart race and your palms sweat. Think of it as the emotional equivalent of sneaking into a VIP section. You know you're not supposed to be there, but the thrill is half the fun. And let's be real, we've all been tempted by something we shouldn't want. It's human nature to crave what's just out of reach. But here's where it gets tricky. Guilt and desire aren't just opposites, they're frenemies. Desire pulls you in with a wink and a whisper, while guilt stands there like a stern bouncer, arms crossed, reminding you of the rules, and yet, somehow, they feed off each other. Ever notice how the more you try to resist something, the stronger the urge gets? It's like telling yourself not to think about pink elephants suddenly. They're everywhere. Take Sarah, for example. She's a successful lawyer, sharp as a tack, always in control. But then she meets her new client, charming, off-limits, and way too attractive. She knows it's wrong, but the attraction undeniable. Every meeting feels like a scene from a movie, charged with tension. She's stuck in that push-pull of wanting what she can't have, while guilt gnaws at her like a bad hangover. Sound familiar? Maybe not with a client, but we've all had our version of Sarah's dilemma. So, why are we drawn to the forbidden psychologists? Say it's wired into us, our brains love the rush of dopamine that comes with risk. It's the same thrill you get from a roller coaster or a horror movie. But here's the twist, guilt can actually make desire burn hotter. It's like adding fuel to a fire you're trying to put out, and before you know it, you're standing at the edge, wondering if you should jump. The forbidden is a siren's call, luring us closer to the rocks. It's exciting, it's dangerous, and it's oh so human. But what happens when desire wins? When you cross that line and the thrill turns into something else? Well, that's where things get really interesting. Stay tuned because next, we're diving into the aftermath. And trust me, it's a wild ride. 5. Facing the unthinkable reflection. Consequences and the path forward. Ever had one of those moments where life just stops? Like 1 second, everything's fine, and the next, you're staring into the abyss, wondering how you got there. Maybe it was a phone call, a diagnosis, or a split-second decision that changed everything. We've all got our version of the unthinkable, those gut-punch moments that make you question, well, everything. Hey, I'm your name. And today, we're diving into what happens when life throws you a curveball so wild, you don't even know how to swing. Spoiler, it's not about dodging the hit, it's about what you do after. So, grab a seat, maybe a tissue, and let's unpack this together. Trust me, by the end, you'll see, there's a way forward, even when it feels impossible. Let's start with reflection. Picture this, it's 2 a.m., and you're wide awake, replaying that moment over and over. What if I'd done this? Why didn't I see that coming? Sound familiar reflection is like a double-edged sword. It can trap you in a loop of what-ifs, or it can be the key to unlocking what's next. Take Jake, for example. After losing his job out of the blue, he spent weeks spiraling, questioning every career choice he'd ever made. But then, something shifted. He started asking, what can I learn from this? Suddenly, reflection wasn't a trap. It was a tool. And here's the kicker: studies show that people who reflect with purpose are 30% more likely to bounce back stronger. So, how do you reflect without drowning in regret? We'll get to that. Now, consequences. Ugh, the word alone feels heavy, right? But here's the thing: consequences aren't just the bad stuff, they're the ripple effects, the dominoes that fall after the unthinkable hits. Think of it like this: you're standing in the wreckage, and yeah, it's a mess, but every broken piece tells a story. For Sarah, a single mom who faced the unthinkable when her teen son got into serious trouble. The consequences were brutal legal fees, sleepless nights, and a fractured relationship. But those same consequences forced her to rebuild, to set boundaries she'd never thought of before. It's not pretty, but it's real. And sometimes, the hardest hits teach the biggest lessons. So, what's the path forward? Here's where it gets good. Imagine you're at the base of a mountain, and the peak is shrouded in fog. You can't see the top, but you know it's there. That's your future uncertain, maybe scary, but full of potential. The key is to take one step at a time. Start small. Maybe it's talking to a friend, journaling, or just getting out of bed when it feels impossible. And here's a stat to chew on: 85% of people who seek support after a crisis report feeling more resilient within 6 months. You're not alone, and you don't have to figure it all out today. The path forward isn't a sprint, it's a marathon, and you've got more grit than you think. Facing the unthinkable is like being tossed into a storm without a map. But here's the truth: you're stronger than the storm. Reflection helps you understand the chaos. Consequences teach you what matters, and the path forward, well, that's where you find your power. So, next time life throws you a curveball, remember you've got this. And if you don't believe me, stick around because we're about to prove it.